Okay, so I wanted to do a video on doing laundry. Um, so I wanted to do a video basically on this. Somebody um, was basically commenting on something I was talking about with Rihanna. Because, oh yeah, Divested Zealot did a video involving Rihanna. A lot of other people did videos with Rihanna. She didn't really just do a video on Rihanna, though. She just mentioned her. And anyway, I commented down below on the comments, basically saying, because somebody came on Divested Zealot's actual live, and she was saying that she was dusty long time ago because she said that Rachel Dolezal was a hero. And I wanted to point out something there, because Rihanna has a situation that is kind of complex, more than that whole situation of what she said. To me, with that, I kind of feel like she came from another country. Over there, they treated her differently. They treat their mixed race people differently. And they identified her with the mixed race population, even though she's not mixed race. And she grew up to identify with being mixed race. But in America, her mixture is considered black because most of us are that combination, mixed plus black. That's usually what our percentages show. We are like around 75% black, right? So, you know. And so to us, she's just a regular black woman. I think what she was trying to say with Rachel Dolezal was self-identification was more important to her than actual truth. Because she's dealt with people identifying her as different things, when why can't she just decide for herself? And, either way you look at it, for example, in her old country, where she comes from, Barbados, you could say that those people labeled her racially. And you could also say that Black Americans labeled her racially. Why can't she just label herself? Why does race even have to matter enough for anyone to use a label, for that matter? So, I get what she was saying there. But, what I wanted to talk about more than that was somebody was really trying to say that in my comments, basically, after I commented, because I explained that, she identifies as mixed race, but people call her black, and so she has that dilemma, and so I can understand why she would say that about Rachel Dolezal. Somebody commented in my, under my comments, replied, and they were saying, like, when will people basically realize that women like Rihanna, Beyonce, Halle Berry, I think she mentioned Nicki Minaj, I'm not really sure, are in the same category as someone as Amanda Stenberg. I guess Amanda Stenberg, I don't know. But like Zendaya Coleman, she listed a lot of biracials who are very light-skinned and look not even black, basically. And it's just weird to me, one, because it's like, I understand some people are dark-skinned, but why, just because you're dark-skinned, it doesn't make you blind, okay? Like, being dark-skinned does not make you blind. And not realizing that someone very light-skinned who doesn't even really look black looks the same as a brown-skinned black woman like Rihanna or Beyonce or Nicki Minaj, or a black-passing biracial like Halle Berry, is weird to me. It's very weird. And then on top of it, it's weird because it's like, why are you telling me that these people aren't black and you are literally looking at me? It makes no sense to me. Why are you telling me so boldly that the people that are my complexion range, my racial background for that matter, because Beyonce is Creole, and everyone knows my last name is Joseph. So I don't understand how you could ever think that, like, I would accept you to say someone who's Creole is not black. Why would you think I would think that a brown-skinned black woman is not black? I'm a brown-skinned black woman. I'm never going to co-sign the idea that dark-skinned black women are the only black women. And, I just find it weird that people never recognize this. Like, why do you boldly come to someone who literally does not have the dark-skinned black woman's phenotype and then try to act like that's the only kind of phenotype that's a black woman's? Because then she went and tried to say something about, like, somebody by the name of Coco, I'm not really sure, but she named someone Keke Palmer and someone by the name of Coco or something, that they were the standard of blackness. Basically dark-skinned black women. And it's like, from my perspective, it's like, what do you expect me to think? Why are you telling me this? That's what I don't get. And she was like going on talking about like how we can't put like our biracial children in the same category because we'll keep them in Blackistan. And that was another thing that was weird to me, because it's like, why are you assuming that I'm from Blackistan? Why are you assuming that I'm from the hood just because I'm black? Like, what's wrong with you? Just because some black people are from the hood does not mean I am. My mother's not from the hood. My mother's parents aren't from the hood, period. So it's just weird that people assume that just because you're black, all these things that, have to do with behavior come with it. And on top of it, it's just annoying because it's like, why are you so bold to come to someone who isn't dark-skinned and tell them that only the black people who are dark-skinned are the only black people? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What if I told you that dark-skinned black women and dark-skinned black men are not black? You can compare many dark-skinned black people like Keke Palmer, Gabrielle Union, Kelly Rowland to any Sudanese, very dark-skinned Ghanaian, or Senegalese, African. They don't have anything on their dark skin. You compare me, or you compare Rihanna or Beyonce, especially Beyonce, to any Nigerian lighter skinned, like brown skinned black woman, and you will see we basically match their blackness. So who's really more black than who? We take on the African image that we come from. You don't take on the African image that you claim. You claimed that only the darkest of black people are African, or that you come from the darkest African. Okay, if you come from the darkest African, and I swear you are not nearly as black as I am, because the African original image that I come from is way closer to me than that dark-skinned Sudanese or that dark-skinned Senegalese or dark-skinned Ghanaian is to you. So if we're really going to do this, you're going to lose. So that's just what I don't get. Why be so bold? We weren't even really talking about race in the first place. Like, Divested Zealot really doesn't really talk about race or colorism or things of that nature. She more so talks about, divestment and things of that nature. And mammies like Rihanna, who is extremely embarrassing, by the way. But I'm not talking about that in this video. To me, what really spoke to me was the fact that this person came to me and started acting like blackness was only one color and one look. And if you missed it, you weren't black. It's totally insanely ignorant. So that's all I have to say in this video. I just think people need to stop being so bold about their ignorance and actually pay attention to what they're saying and who they're saying it to, and if it actually is going to stand. Because most of the time, dark-skinned black people who do this always end up less black and just darker skinned and just crying about being dark skinned. And it gets annoying. So that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching, and bye.